What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back with another Street Fighter 6 video, or I guess you could say Street Fighter 6 related video, because the reason for this video is that what we know so far about Street Fighter 6 is that its story or its lore is going to take place in Metro City. So now that that's a fact, one of the things about this is that Capcom has literally made its universe one with Street Fighter, Final Fight, and a couple of other fighting games such as Rival Schools and a couple other titles. And there is just a lot of characters in this Capcom universe, and I just kind of feel like there's a lot of characters out there that are really getting slept on, and that is why I am making this video today, because there is a character out there that is really getting slept on. This character has been getting slept on for years now. I always thought that this character should have been on Street Fighter Alpha 3 at least, you know what I'm saying? And this character goes by the name of Dean. And if you guys are not familiar with the character named Dean, Dean was on Final Fight 3 for the Super Nintendo. Final Fight 3 was not really all that good of a game. I remember buying the game and playing it a couple of times, beat the game, and that was just really it. But the characters on there that I really liked, of course, was Guy and Dean. I really liked how Dean was, because Dean was kind of like a boxer character, kind of like he had a little shadow boxing thing going on with him. And just like Guy, I always thought that Dean was going to end up in a Street Fighter game at one point or another, but for some strange reason that has not been the case, and I think it's a shame. And that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because I want to bring awareness to this character, because we already know Street Fighter 6 is going to have character DLC. We already know that. We live in the day and age of DLC, and a character like Dean would be excellent as a DLC character in Street Fighter 6 because of the Metro City setting, and because the way that Dean is, the way that he's concepted, he would fit right into the artwork of Street Fighter 6. And I've made plenty of videos about characters that I want to see, characters that I don't want to see, but you know what, Street Fighter is a franchise that has a lot of characters, so who knows what Capcom is going to pull out of their sleeve when it comes to DLC characters. But one thing that we can do is shed some light to characters that have gotten slept on, like this character here, because I am a big fan of this character. I have been a big fan of this character for a long time now, and it just really saddens me that this character it's like he was just locked away. You feel what I'm saying? This character has some good potential going on with him, and I absolutely thought when I played with him in Final Fight 3 that he was going to show up in a future Street Fighter game, much like Guy did and Cody and all that. But now it's kind of looking like Cody is getting this Liu Kang type push when it comes to the Street Fighter games. He's like literally the only Final Fight hero that we're seeing right now, and I personally think that is really unfair. It's really unfair that Cody is getting this push and characters like Dean are just getting locked away. And I just really do hope that Capcom really just kind of sits down and thinks about these characters that they have locked away, characters such as Dean. I know it's a long shot. I don't know if Dean has a fan base out there. I don't know if people are too familiar with him. I know there are a few fighting game heads that, without the shadow of a doubt, know who Dean is and are familiar with the character. But, with this character here, I just kind of feel like, if not now, when? You know what I'm saying? One of the things about it is Dean is kind of like that character. He was a new character in Final Fight 3. And if you liked him, you wanted to see him again, whether it be in a future Final Fight game or whatever type of game, or Street Fighter game. You wanted to see him again. And just by looking at Dean does have a little bit of resemblance to that of Charlie, but his moves is just totally different. Charlie also wears a jacket, but there is like a bottom half resemblance that he has to Charlie. But what's going on with Street Fighter 6, Charlie appears to have passed away. So that is another reason why Dean would actually be perfect as a DLC character for Street Fighter 6. And Dean would be fresh. You feel what I'm saying? Because I kind of feel like everybody knows about the first Final Fight, but the next two Final Fights, not really a lot of people know about the next two Final Fights, Final Fight 2 and 3. And if they do know about it, they're not really familiar with the other vigilante characters on those two games, because they have not been showcased by Capcom in any of these Street Fighter games, like the characters like Cody. And one thing that I've also noticed with like Street Fighter 5 went, they went rapid fire crazy with DLC characters, classic characters and brand new characters, you know what I'm saying? But there was just no Final Fight vigilante characters in Street Fighter 5, you know what I'm saying? They were making new characters and bringing back classic characters left and right, but there was no Final Fight characters such as Dean or Lucia. You feel what I'm saying? Hager. I'm just like, wow, like, why are they shelving these Final Fight hero characters? We're seeing a lot of Final Fight Mad Gear characters, Abigail, Hugo, Poison. But what about Dean? What about Lucia? You know what I'm saying? What about Mike Hager? I explained that in a past video. Mike Hager was a character that I also wanted in Street Fighter 6. And after thinking about that, Dean is also one of those characters that I would actually love to see in Street Fighter 6, because I am a fan of this character. And like I said, I'm sitting up here ranting about it because I really do like this character, and I just want to see this character in next gen action. You know what I'm saying? I think he is a good character. He is a well-concepted character. He had some cool moves in Final Fight 3. Capcom would be able to kind of spice that up a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? And, it's just an idea that I'm putting out there. And also, if people are not familiar with this character, now and you could look this character up. Final Fight 3, they've got some Final Fight 3 gameplay walkthroughs on YouTube, and this character is a cool ass character, and I kind of feel like he needs, he should get some type of shine time and a spot on a Street Fighter game sooner than later. Like I said, with Street Fighter 6, we know Street Fighter 6 is going to have DLC. I know I'll be getting a little bit far ahead when it comes to DLC characters, but the thing about it is we know for a fact that it's gonna happen, so might as well talk about it. So this is why I'm talking about a character like Dean and why he would be an exceptional character for DLC when it comes to Street Fighter 5. And like I said, with Dean's art and his concept, it fits right in with the character's art and concept of Street Fighter 6, even though we haven't seen no other character in action as of yet, except for 5 of them. Dean really does, fit right in. He would be a nice fresh air character. You know what I'm saying? And people can learn about him that way. And that was my reason for making this video. It's just to shed some light on this character, a character that really deserves to get taken off of the shelf and get put in a Street Fighter game so he can shine and people can know about him. Because like I said, there's been a lot of Final Fight characters throughout the Street Fighter franchise, but most of them have been Final Fight Mad Gear characters, with the exception of Cody and Guy, and the rest of them have been Mad Gear characters, Rolento, Hugo, Abigail, Poison. So I just kind of feel like Capcom should start looking at the Final Fight vigilantes and start bringing them out, and they could start with Dean. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below, what I had just mentioned about this character named Dean. If you are familiar with this character, let me know, and how do you feel about him? We can get a conversation started. And what do you think? How would he fit in Street Fighter 6? So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for more Street Fighter 6 content that I have on the way. Also, check out the Street Fighter 6 content that I already have. Nice content, as well as other classic content on my channel as well. So make sure y'all do that. Help y'all boy out. I will see y'all in the next video. My name is Demetrius. God bless. Stay safe. I am out. Peace.